Hello everybody, it is Glenda again, and tonight I'm going to start the habitat for the red panda. And I'm doing habitat first on him because it is so important to the panda for camouflage. So or the red panda for camouflage. So they mostly live in the trees, and I mean they do get on the ground, but mostly they do live in trees in the Himalayas, Western China, and other areas, India, other Asian areas. And so the coloring of the habitat is almost as important as the coloring of the red panda itself. So I'm just going to start in the middle of a tree with a branch. So these were leafy trees, but it's kind of fall colors. So I don't know if, it could mean that that the pictures were just taken in the fall, or it could mean that the red panda is not red. They're more of a dull red or orange kind of color. So I'm going to try and make a mix here. Well, I'm not doing the panda yet, but I'm going to do a mixture of leaf coloring. I've done a white background on this, and I dried it. It's dry. So I'm going to start out with the brown branch. I'm just going to start over here. I get a pretty good sized one. Of course there'll be others, but this is the one I'm going to concentrate on right now. Now, they do call it a panda. I'm thinking the reason might be because its preferred diet is bamboo. But it does not live only on bamboo. It eats other stuff as well. It eats, insects and stuff with protein. And it's not really a bear. For some, it is it more belongs to the raccoon and skunk family. They have very sharp teeth. You saw the video at the beginning. I don't remember if it showed anything of teeth or not. Now this is not even the big part of the trees way down here. They like to live up high most of the time. And now they emphasize that it has what they're calling a false thumb that they use to help grip bamboo sticks. They eat the young bamboo, the tender shoots. But I am thinking it's very likely similar. I'm wondering if it's similar to what we call a dew claw on a dog, because they'll have that claw kind of part way up their leg, if I'm making that. And a lot of times we just remove them, because for dogs, you know, especially domesticated dogs, they really don't have any use for them. Otherwise, I suppose God gave them to them for some reason, but when we domesticate them, it's just probably more in their way. Now those tails, they do have very bushy, ringed tails. And the main use they have for those is to help keep them warm in the cold months. They'll wrap those tails around themselves to keep them warm. They also have some pretty heavy fur. So they are very interesting just to look at. They're odd looking when you're not used to seeing animals like that. They don't look as odd as some animals, like the platypus, but the platypus has a good reason for being a platypus. You may not always know what it is, but they do. Anyway, their lower part, their legs and that are mostly a dark brown. The red is on their face, and they have similar to a raccoon's mask, but it's not a complete mask, not like a raccoon has. Some of this kind of out here. But if they need to hide, they'll go up higher. I'm going to put him down here on this branch so you can see him. But they can go higher like this if they're wanting to get up there where they can be camouflaged. They are endangered because of several things. Loss of habitat is a big one. Poaching. Poaching is always a problem. And I don't know, in the Asian countries, we seem to think that that's more of a problem there. You know, or, you know, down in Africa, they poach down there too. If I were doing it, you know, all right and everything, I'd give the leaves a better shape and I'd give them their veins. Maybe I'll do that later. But this tree, it doesn't have the, you know, the maple type leaf. These are not Canadian maples. Okay, I'll let you see what I've got so far. So far I've got that. I've been painting leaves. I don't know, I could probably do them up so that it's going your direction. Get my fingers in some of that wet paint yet. Do some of this color here. My brush is too wet. I need to keep me some paper towels in here. I got towels. I can use those too. They're old painted towels. Painty. Full of paint. You know, they show those roads up toward Canada or northern Maine with all those maple trees, and you see that forest full of trees, and it's got red, flaming red and orange, and there's, of course, there's pine, so there's some green in there and stuff too. It's just beautiful. Now, I'm going to let those dry for a bit because the green's getting mixed in with the wet colors and stuff. I'm going to paint a couple of more limbs down here. I'm just going to let all this dry, and maybe tomorrow when I do the panda, then I'll put a little bit of blue up around those top leaves. So it's going to be this direction. This will be the top up here. That's where I'll put the blue. But I'm going to quit for tonight. Well, I hope you've had some fun with the little bit of information I've given you and with the colors on the tree. And yes, it's going to need some work. And I'll go back over the limbs and stuff so that they don't have the little white spots showing through, and fix the leaves and stuff so they look. I've got this one limb just kind of nowhere. Okay, or twig. So I'll take care of that stuff. But tonight I'm done. Because it's just, well, you know me, it takes several days to finish painting, at least 2. So anyway, I love you. You'll see this one tomorrow, and then I'll be back on it on, let's see, Friday, so you'll see it. Yeah, you'll see Friday. I'll be back on this Friday. Schedules. I love you. I love it when I get those squeaks. Smile and wave. Go out and share it. There's people out there need those smiles and those acknowledging waves. I see you. I was doing that in the hospital one time. I was waiting for an appointment. And some people, well, some friends of mine that were sitting over, I was in the waiting area, and there were some friends that worked there, and they were sitting over in a little lounge area, and I was doing that, and they kept looking. So finally I went over and I explained that is a thing I've been trying to get going, and it's something I use on my videos and encourage other people to do. I don't know if the hospital was the best place to be doing it. It might put me in the psych ward, but anyway, I did it. They liked the idea, but we do wait a lot. So I will see you tomorrow. Good night.